WICR.
Oh, drat these computers. They're so naughty and so complex. I could pinch them.
Check out the latest news and videos on Masscom's YouTube page. Just search Iona Masscom or go to NorthAvenueNation.com, where Masscom students are making things happen.
Hello, everyone. This is Gregory Kasimis from the Metro Deli in Scarsdale. The Metro Deli has been part of the Westchester community for over 10 years. We always use the freshest and highest quality ingredients for all our dishes and catering events. Our breakfast features bagels with freshly sliced Nova. Don't miss out our thick challah French toast. For lunch, grab a booth and enjoy one of our oversized salads or our freshly cut hot deli sandwiches. We're open 7 days a week, where the coffee is always hot and freshly brewed.
Broadcasting from the basement of La Penta, this is WICR.
All right, we are back here. We're going to finish up the Mets talk, how bad it is to be a Met fan, and then we'll get into a little more positive stuff about the Yankees. So that catch last night was just the most Mets thing that could possibly happen.
What quickly came into my mind is, I don't know if you remember. You remember Willie Harris when he was on Willie Harris? He's been on the Braves. That outfielder.
The name's very familiar.
I went to a game years ago, and I think Delgado, this was like 07, like Delgado, I think, hit one. Gonna go out, and he robbed it. I mean, that's just crazy. But he did. I said it to people. I'm like, the way he tracked, and you were saying it before, the way he tracked that ball, NCRT never had a doubt in his mind that he was
yeah, definitely.
And that's why you felt eerie about it, right? He hits it, and you're sitting there, and you're like, oh, this isn't going to get out.
I think I was watching the day before, and I think Conforto or someone else hit like a bullet between like right and center, and the way he got to the ball so easily, and they showed him going to the ball, and he was running before the ball even left the bat. He's really good. And I remember I don't know who else. I don't remember, you see that with, the best outfielders.
Like Trout.
Those are the ones that know when to go before the ball's even hit.
He's been doing that to us all year, though. Remember, in the middle of the summer, I remember it was a Fox televised game, and Inciarte, remember Granderson, made a catch? I mean, literally the shallowest ball, and Inciarte, tagged up from second, made it on, got the third on him because Granderson threw some, lollipop in. And then,
Granderson has an off arm anyway.
And then I think he scored, a pass. This guy is, we're looking at the next guy who's going to prevent us from any, this guy is going to be, this is going to be, who is it? Wes Helms hit that home run in Shea Stadium the year it closed. Remember we needed to win
No, I was
day?
just thinking about that. That
Helms?
was Josh Willingham.
Josh Willingham. This is the guy who we're going to be, cursing his name.
Yeah. It's almost like Chipper Jones.
Say,
Ooh. I know.
Yeah, but, say we don't make it, knock on wood, say we don't make it, and we look back in the one game we don't win.
If they're out by one game.
You lose some games, but I mean, we lost, we won that, but guy just decides to make the catch of his life.
Yeah, I mean, that guy's definitely going to be good. He's in the organization. He is in the organization that will prevents the Mets from doing anything.
Well, I was going to say, too, that was a trade. Remember, that was the Dansby Swanson, the kid who got drafted number 1 overall, and I'm pretty sure Inciarte was in that trade, too, for Shelby Miller, who's pitching. He's pitching in the not in the majors. The minor league season's over. I mean, I'm pretty sure Inciarte was in that trade. I mean, that's highway robbery.
Yeah, especially Dan. Why are you giving up
the first
Dansby
overall
Swanson
draft pick? The first overall, and the kid looks good.
I know. Yeah, he I don't know who hit. Someone hit a ball a bullet up the middle yesterday, and he was just standing there and caught it, and it's just laughing, and he runs off the field laughing, and I was just like, oh God, no, because this is he is going to kill the Mets.
Braves management has said when they open up this new ballpark next year, they said 2017 is when we want to compete, and that's why they didn't. I mean, they could have got a lot for Tehran, and they didn't trade Tehran. Supposedly, everybody's been following, this Mets plan, load up on stud pitching wise. And I mean, if you got a guy like Matt, if you're 3-4 is Matt Kemp and Freddie Freeman, I would take that. I would take that any day.
And Markakis too.
And Markakis is a great hitter. I mean, your 1-4 is pretty solid, and I like their catcher Tyler Flowers.
Yeah, he's
decent
good
enough catcher. That's what
he's better than Darno.
Better.
He has more home runs than Darno.
Listen, this division's only getting better. Like next year, the Marlins, I think, are gonna. I'm never gonna buy into the Marlins because they
never.
are the Marlins.
Yeah.
But like they're gonna be a tough team. I mean, really, next year Phillies are only giveaway. I mean they're just horrible.
But they will be good though.
But listen, and they got that. They did the thing. They got 5 good pitchers over there. It looks like, but I don't know. You know what? The Mets just gotta hope for the best. And I've learned to stop thinking about the past. Don't think too much in the future, and you'll be good.
Yeah, you guys got to think in the present.
Exactly.
Speaking of the present and prospects, the Yankees are in it again. Even though in between shows they were out of it, but they're back in it. So they're in the same place that they were in when we last talked about them. But when what we were talking about, them having to beat the Red Sox, at least take 2 out of the 4.
They lost them all.
Everyone was gone.
Yeah.
They had the lead in like 3 of them, and within the 6th inning, it was just lead was gone. And
I think the name was Hanley Ramirez.
Yeah.
Yeah, you might want to
I
say that name.
I don't. God.
Yeah, well, what?
I hate that was such a.
They go for the sweep tonight.
Yeah, they're going. Hopefully they win that one, and hopefully the Orioles can lose against Boston tonight.
Well, Baltimore has been doing horrible.
Who are they
Yeah.
playing tonight? The Yankees.
Tampa. They're in Tampa for the last game.
Sesa versus Snell.
Yeah.
How's the rest of their
what's the
season
record?
looking?
I mean, you gotta think.
It's
You gotta think they're gonna have to play who? Boston? Not Boston.
No, they're done with Boston.
they have
You're probably gonna get Baltimore. I think they finish with. Oh, they get Toronto.
they have
next.
Toronto,
They go to
Boston,
They go
Baltimore.
to Toronto for 4.
If
they
they
can
can
take
take 2 away
Wait,
from
hold
Toronto.
on.
Look at this remaining schedule. 4 in Toronto, 3 versus Boston, and 3 versus Baltimore.
Ooh.
There's 2,
4
and
versus
then
Baltimore.
and then they go
No,
back
3.
to Toronto, and then Boston, and then Baltimore again. So it's just those 3 teams now.
I mean, that's a
And
horrible schedule.
yeah.
If I was a Yankee fan.
Oh
I'd
my.
be like,
It's,
Listen, Toronto, you can maybe beat Toronto, but look at. I mean, if it all comes down to that final series, and this is what baseball wanted. They wanted these last series starting at the same exact time on the last day to be the intense baseball day. But like, I do think like if the Yankees are gonna do it, because I don't buy that Baltimore is gonna make the playoffs.
Nah, I don't see that.
My family, I have family down in Baltimore, diehard Orioles fans, and I'm always rooting for them. But like right now, they're only up half a game. Detroit is better than them, I think. Houston is better than them. I mean, and like
Seattle's coming up too again.
Yeah, but I don't buy Seattle.
Yeah, I don't see
You
Seattle.
gotta have in today's day and age. You gotta have pitching like Detroit. You got Verlander. I mean, you got guys who could do it. But I mean, if you look at Houston, I just feel like that's a dangerous team because it's young. I mean, but Baltimore has horrible pitching. Like I am consistently like stop going and getting bats. Don't like okay, Mark Trumbo's been good this year, but the guy has got like a 305 on base.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like 42.
Who do they even have to pitch? They have Jimenez, right?
Ubaldo Jimenez and the other one, Gallardo, are above 5, well above 5 ERA, and then I think they got Bundy, who is supposed to be their guy like 8 times already, but he just never comes up.
Not living up to expectations.
Gosman is pretty good, but I mean outside, and then Britain, they've probably got the best closer right now. But like, all that is so irrelevant to me when you just can't. You got it. I don't know. I guess being a Mets fan, we are used to pretty solid pitching.
Yeah.
But like in today's day and age, you will not survive without. I mean, it's crazy. You won't survive without 2 top line starters.
Yeah, just decent.
Yeah.
You just need decent pitchers. Honestly.
Like,
I mean, if you look at the Royals last year,
Yeah.
they didn't have anyone
No,
that was like over the top. Just get decent pitchers, but the Orioles don't have that at all.
And they don't have any like power pitchers. Like everybody loves the power guy, the guy who's throwing 99 and stuff. And like I know the Yankees, they got Chad Green. He looks pretty good. I mean, he looks pretty good for what he is. Like that guy will probably be a 4th starter. Sesa, the guy that we tossed into the Cespedes deal last year, ended up it. And he's like these guys have had their days, But every dog has their day. They've had their day, but like, it's just you look at all these teams leading divisions. Indians probably have one of the almost underrated pitching staff in baseball.
Yeah. With
Carrasco, Salazar, Bauer, and then of course Chicago, L.A. I mean, Kershaw. I mean, I would pitch him every day if I could.
He probably would do it too.
San Francisco, if San Francisco does get in the playoffs, even if it's at the extent of the Mets losing in one,
They're
game
dangerous.
They're so dangerous.
Yeah.
Johnny Cueto, Madison Bumgarner.
I wouldn't be shocked if they would win the whole thing. I think.
This is their year, though. Even year, Giants fans.
Well, they win every other year. It's ridiculous.
Yep.
It's crazy. And Sanchez. All right, so Sanchez is winning Rookie of the Year or no?
Mhm.
I read they made an article.
I think they're trying to have him win it. Is he eligible for it?
Huh?
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
technically
he
a
is.
rookie.
Yeah.
He's not gonna. He's not gonna get the accumulated days. Like I think you need like 45 days on the active roster at 25-man limit, and like that ended in September. But he's like 30 at bats over the minimum. You need like 130. Yeah. He's at like 160.
What does he have? 18 home runs. He's
19.
batting like. He hit another one.
He hit He hit 2 last night. He.
Yeah, what's his average? Like 330. I mean, it's obviously an inflated average, but you gotta. I mean, I'm not saying anything against him.
What's that? Like he's batting.
Like
how many RBIs does he have?
Probably more than Granderson.
Yeah. Half the world has more than Granderson.
Yeah. What is? I think Sanchez is probably looking at around what I would say no more. I think it's around like 30, 40. And that's pretty impressive for a kid who literally has only played like 50 games.
Yeah.
Like it's unreal, dude.
Yeah, last night we hit 45 games, fastest player to hit that many.
I was listening.
in that short run.
That's ridiculous.
I was listening to one of the 1,000 announcers the Yankees have, and they were saying like I don't think he ever hit more than like 18 in the minors, and usually he's at 337, 19 home runs, 38 RBIs, right?
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Honestly,
that's really good.
Granderson has played a whole year,
and he.
What's crazy about not going back?
I don't want to go back to the Mets,
but what's crazy about Curtis Granderson is the guy I'm looking at right now: 28 home runs, 52 RBIs, like.
That's almost mathematically impossible.
I was looking at Cabrera too, Asdrubal Cabrera. I think he's at like 21. Like I'm not knocking Cabrera because what he's done is just
he does
amazing.
more than Granderson.
Guy's like 30 something, but he's been great for us. Like, but you look at Grant, like it just shows you like how are we not getting on base? But I really do think Sanchez is the real deal, and he's a great defensive catcher too, and like.
He's caught so many back there. He's thrown out so many people at second. He threw out that guy on his knees.
From second, right?
He's throwing them like half the MLB's pitchers fastballs from his knees.
It's pretty, and that's over. That's insane. That's far. That's more than 60 feet. The pitcher's throwing it.
Yeah. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
That guy. I don't even know. All right, that was good. That was good for baseball today. We'll talk about football. We'll give you some picks when we come back. Okay, we don't have a name. We will be back on WICR.